Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round 4 of season 19 in Division 2. We are here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. My name is Felix One, and I'll be taking you through tonight's action together with Jere. Hello.
Hello, it's good to be back with the familiar sounding guy this week.
Yeah, how was it last week with Numi? I hope he replaced me well.
Well, if we think about the fact that you speak a lot, I can tell you, Numi speaks double the amount that you do. So there was not a lot of me commentating last week, to be honest. It was mainly Numi. I was there for the vibes, to be honest.
Well, at least the vibes were good from what I heard. I thought it was a fun race from what I watched back.
Yeah, it
Exciting
definitely was.
finish for sure.
Yeah, definitely was a fun race to watch and commentate. Not the like, I'm not disappointed about that.
And of course, I also wasn't there yesterday.
Yeah, I was.
But you were out on track. So, what would you say can we expect around this track?
Well, I can start off with the qualifying. Is that what I found out yesterday? Is that first of all, this trip is rapid compared to the rest of the Division 3 grid. And second of all, it's impossible to have ERS left in the last sector. But you have to figure it out if you haven't done any testing.
Yeah, I mean the EAS sort of you can sort of figure that it's going to be quite bad, but obviously it's for me. I know on paper it should be bad, but you have experienced it. You know exactly what you have to do, maybe, or maybe what didn't work already. Maybe you don't know what to do yet. Um, because of course, I mean, there's essentially after turn one, there's no more. There's not a single heavy braking zone left until
No.
the last corner, basically.
And that is why the big lifts is the key in here. You can't just break into the normal corners the way that you want to break, because you have to lift before, or you don't have any areas left. It's plain simple that easy. And
Yeah,
I'm not even joking about that.
I remember after the Silverstone race, there was a lot of crying and complaining about this game because of how bad the EAS was, and I had to calm people down. Like, I know this is bad, at least if you don't enjoy that kind of driving. I actually quite enjoyed Silverstone, I can't lie. But, and then I told him it's not that this way at other tracks, and then we saw it in Japan. Of course, it's still, a lot more management than last game, but I think Japan is one where it feels more normal still. But then we go to Saudi Arabia the week after, and this is gonna be
Oh yeah, I can tell you, people will
horrendous.
complain a lot because, well, I had a good battle with Miha yesterday on this, like mostly for the P2, and the fighting here was amazing. I loved the fighting in a race situation, but the ERS management here is very, very difficult. So I'm excited to see who brings it out on top today, because that will be key on everything today.
Yeah, and I think who will bring it on top today is going to be quite a difficult question to answer. One driver that you would usually expect, based on the first 3 rounds, to be up there, who's not here today, is Joe. He's actually missing this Grand Prix, and that is, I think, a huge story in terms of the fight for the championship. I believe he's the current championship leader, or for sure he's up there with the races he's had so far. He did score, of course, a DNF in the first round, which wouldn't have helped. But he is currently third in the standings, actually. On 37 points. Gabri is actually quite far in the lead, on 54, with Top Dog in second on 39. So yeah, Gabri probably the favorite, based on current form. But we have a big grid today with 18 cars. Phantom still on the way, should be 19 at some point throughout qualifying. So who would you say is your favorite for this race win?
For the race win, I have absolutely no idea, because there is so much chaos happening here in the race.
Let's start with Paul then. Who's your favorite for Paul?
I have a good hunch that if people have not practiced, this stream is gonna be up there, because he showcased yesterday how fast he can be here. So I expect him to be up there, but the question is, has anyone practiced? Because if someone has practiced, that's gonna bring his levels down.
Yeah, D-Stream
But
definitely want to keep an eye on after yesterday. I mean, we was, 5/10 clear of second place in qualifying?
7.
7, Jesus Christ. Well,
And
we're about to
Mihai
have the
was
first
P2.
lap on the board, and it is Mihai, who we were just talking about, of course, as well. Coming down towards the line. The ES looked fairly decent into the last sector. It's a 29.959 first lap on the board, and Kuko, a 130.299, a little bit slower than that.
Yeah, I'm just checking what was the pole time actually like yesterday. I'm just checking it. So the pole time yesterday was 29.1.
Okay, so we're about 7 tenths off that right now with Morbat.
Yes, and basically
Oh, Gabri.
okay.
Okay, 1/10 off
Fair
that.
enough.
But still slower
Okay.
than we were yesterday. Of course, that's a banker from Gabri, so you'd think he can gain a bit more, probably go to the 128s. Daystream coming down to the line right now, though. A driver you said we should watch out for. And he goes second fastest, 29.325, about half a tenth off Gabri only.
Yeah, I think D-Stream, like he said himself, he has been unfortunate on the races, especially contact with Mihai yesterday, but he's rapid in the qualifying here. So I'm putting my eggs on the basket for D-Stream that he will be in the podium today.
Yeah, of course, it's worth mentioning that Daystream actually didn't finish yesterday's race. He didn't score points, DNFing in P11. And with the pace he showed, that's certainly not what he would have been hoping for. And he will hope that today he can have a better performance and get that race win that I think he probably should have gotten yesterday based on the pace he showed. Right now on board with Pocho is coming down towards the last corner, and he's been very low on the ES from what I've seen. So he burned much of it too early. So you will have to work on that for the second and third lap, and it will find him seconds if he gets that better. 130.590.
That's what I tried to do yesterday, and I lost over a second in the first sector when I was trying to figure out the ERS. So
Did you gain a second
the
back
ERS
at the end, or?
Nope. I was just seconds slower at that point. I was flying through the first sector, then I switched my ERS, and then I was a second off.
Yeah, Saudi's one of those tracks where I think your actual like pace from driving ability is not gonna be particularly important. It's gonna be so much about the EIS, man, especially. I think like once you get to sort of esports level or close to it, of course, people know the EIS. Then it comes back to who's the better driver, who has got the higher apex speed and you know is early on the throttle, later on the brakes. Well, later on the brakes, maybe not this year, but when you go down to these lower levels where these guys are not bad at all, but you know it's not esports. Then people are much less sure about what to do with the battery. We've talked about that a lot, and then it becomes the main differentiating factor from driver to driver.
Yeah, especially like a track in Saudi Arabia, example, it's really, really tricky. Like, you have to be confident with everything to be faster around here, basically.
Yeah, big improvement from Kuko just now, by the way. Half a second gain on a used tire, and that puts him up in the third place. Daystream is up by 2 tenths in the first sector on a used tire as well, but he does go off the track just there. Lap still valid though. Let's see if he keeps it going or if he backs out.
Yeah, I think he backed out. There's
Yeah.
no battery usage
Yeah.
on this long straight, so I don't think. Oh, we are seeing an improvement from him.
But if Kuko can find half a second on a used tire, there's definitely still more time to be found when he goes into a fresh one, you would think.
Actually, as stupid as it sounds, it's not that big of a deal, the tires in qualifying this year. Especially something, a track like this. You don't really need the cornering grip, because you're lifting anyway.
What a sentence.
It sounds stupid to say, but
Yeah,
it's
but
the cool fact.
Yeah, it's probably correct. I mean, I'm sure it's better to have a fresh tire still, but of course it does play less of a factor when not driving at the limit the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, like, what I figured out is that if your setup is good, I had 40% like on the hards. I had no issue with the grip. I would just be flat out everywhere if I wanted to.
It helps when you're running non-ES because essentially you're driving on half an engine.
Yeah,
So,
basically.
like, of course, you have way more stability when you have so much less horsepower than you would last game.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I had to tell
But that's
Flavors
what-
as well when I was helping him with the going no traction control. I told him, like, stop pressing the Ortec so early, you're doubling your horsepower, of course the car spins.
Yeah, I remember when I was practicing off from assists to no assist. I remember the struggle, so all my wishes go for him to learning it. But yeah, it is definitely a hard job to do, but it's so rewarding when you understand what to do.
Yeah, it's a huge learning process, so anyone who takes that on is definitely a very brave man and a very committed driver as well. Currently on board with Pupdog, 11,000 gained in the first sector, so fairly similar to his previous best. Currently he's set in P8, a 130.168, but it's very close. From Cuckoo to Coldmatic, from 3rd to 10th, we've got 4 tenths between everyone. But then it's half a second to the top two. Gabriel and Daystream right now in a world of their own.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting it to be close at some point. I was guessing that the top guys will just run away basically. But the rest, there is from P3 to I'll go to P10. The gap is really not that big. If you get a small improvement, you will get like good amount of positions.
Yeah, you
It's
might be able to
just
see that as well.
nailing the
Pupdog was bang on equal after Sector 2, but he had a lot of EIS, and I think he would have gained in the last sector thanks to that. So as he goes over the line, he does gain 1.5 tenths and jumps into P7. Oh, Mihai's up by 4 tenths in the first sector.
Now Mihai is back on all the ERS management.
That's the question,
was
of course.
still-
Is he up by 4 tenths because he drove better or because he wasted his battery too early?
I think he wasted his battery too early. But
Think
let's
so?
see. Yeah.
About
he has
20%
way
right
too
now.
little for
Yeah.
the
A big
last
lift here,
straight.
I would imagine. Let the car roll in. Still half a second up. 30% battery. He will hit 0 about halfway down the straight. There we go. Just as he is enabled to straight mode. And now he'll be losing time compared to his previous best. But isn't it still enough to get himself into 3rd place? Morbat just improved to 29.7 as well. And I think 3rd place is going to be the highest that any of these guys really can hope for right now, unless they have a lot of lap time left in the back. And Mihai, yeah, he's lost 3 tenths in the last sector, like you said. He still improves, goes 5th fastest.
Yeah. Phantom Fox is asking if we could invite him. I can't because he's not on my friends list.
Oh, after
sadly.
seeing Gabri spin while I was trying to invite Phantom. I sent Phantom like 9 invites while I was in the lobby.
Well,
And now he's making me do it again. One?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Can't believe only one went through. Oh, Garbin bottled an improvement there. That could have been a 0.1, maybe even a 0.0. Pictures
I mean,
went over
we
the
are
line,
still-
gained half a second.
We are
Scooby-Doo.
still not
down.
in the Division 3 pole time, so I'm
Yeah,
expecting
because Gabri hasn't
at
improved
least
since
a
the
bit.
banker.
Yeah, and this stream still has something in the bank, so I'm actually excited to see where he's gonna lead this McLaren now.
Yeah, he's about to start another run on a fresh set this time. As a White Kaiser Haas or Cadillac coming around the final corner. It's hella high starting it up. Had to scroll literally through the entire pack to find that. And now that Red Bull coming down to the line. That is Kuko. And he improves by 2.5 tenths, goes 3rd fast, 29.543. That gap from Daystream to Garbage rest of the field is coming down little by little. Still 2 tenths from Daystream to 3rd place. But they're not untouchable anymore, it looks like.
And this stream has also backed off, so Hella High will find him here in front of him. Oh, Hella High does not have any battery left.
Currently on board with Pocho. 130.55 to his previous best, let's see. Oh, he's 6 seconds down. Not even pushing. And I couldn't even tell, because you can't tell whether someone is just saving EIS or just doing a cooldown lap. It looks the same.
Well, I can tell you, if you go on board with Hella High, I can tell you that he does not have enough ERS.
Now, why is he burning here? You burnt the start straight, not the end.
I mean, on a higher gears you use less of ERS, so it makes sense, but it makes no sense at the same time.
I believe Rhapsody just improved to 5th place, 29.763. Hella High down towards the last corner. His first lap in this session, his first valid lap anyway. It's a 1 minute 30.751. That's only enough for 13th.
Yeah, but the grid is really close to each other from like P3 to I'll go P10 again. Like anyone can be anywhere basically.
Yeah, Daystream is now underway once more. 29.325 to beat. But I think he's abandoned the lap already again because he's.
Nope.
Oh, has he?
Is
Is this just his battery management coming into yes with 100%? Interesting.
Yes. You have to be, or you don't have enough ERS for the last 2 sectors.
Suppose you don't recharge in ES at all, do you? Yeah. 55,000 up in the first.
Basically.
Get a little bit back here, coming to the long left hand, about 20% recharge in the braking zone. And now that this is basically what he has to the end of the lap. There's not much recharge left on the lap. He's gonna have to make do with this 70% he's got in the tank right now. Bit of boost used, coming onto the first of these 3 long back-to-back straights. Bit of slipstream maybe from the car up ahead, which could now turn to dirty air. 2 tenths up on his previous best. And that car up ahead of him still in the way. He's gonna hope that he gets out the way soon. I believe that will be Hella High. He's from getting a slipstream all the way down to the last corner. Right now it's probably helping him more than hurting. And into the last corner, and the lap is done.
Oh, no, Hella High.
And I think he's got wing damage as well. And was Hella High on a push lap himself? No, back to the pit lane. So he just fully blocked Daystream.
Yes.
And that is Daystream's qualifying done. There's not enough time left for him to come back out. Sully, 4.5 tenths gain in the first sector. AC on the way for his final qualifying lap as well. And after the middle sector, he is up by 3 tenths. His teammate Scooby 1.2 seconds ahead of him. Scooby himself 1.1 seconds ahead. The 2 Alpines in a world of their own, but well, in a negative way. As AC comes into the last corner, can he at least beat his teammate to P17? Got a lot of EIS left as he comes down to the line. Hella High retiring from the session to the pit lane, and AC gains 2 tenths in the end, stays in P18. Sully down the line, 1.2 seconds up. Big improvement coming from Sully. This will put him into the top 5. Not quite, P6.
Yeah, P6 is not bad. Like, it's very tight between all these cars now. So I'm excited to see who gets that final position. Someone like Mihai, he has the experience from yesterday. Could he pull something?
Yeah, Mihai, Pupdog, Lux, Apex, all on the way right now. That guy is within the top 10 group. Pocho, Bazooka, Scooby's up by 2 tenths as he comes out the S section. Gabri on the outlap, and so is Kuko. So we'll be seeing some laps from that top 3 group as well. Morbid, Rapstar, Daystream are done. Everybody else is out on track. Hella High as well, having retired in the pit lane.
Oh, Mihai has no battery left.
As we get into the final few laps of the session. Who is that coming onto the line? That's Kuko starting a lap. Behind him, the Williams of Lux Apex, currently 10 fastest. Where does he go? No improvement from him. Gabri starting a lap now. That Mercedes over the line is Pupdog. Is he going to be able to improve? Yes, but only slightly. Stays in 9th. Another white car coming over the line. Not sure who that is. That's Mihai jumping to 3rd. 29.432.
Yeah, Mihai finally cracked a bit of the ERS, how to use it.
Bazooka over the line. Jumps into 13th position. Then into Ferraris. So Sterling, who already did a lap, and then Pocho coming towards the line. 30.552, his previous best. How far up the grid can Pocho go? It's a 30.476, 14th position for Pocho. Gabri, a 10th down the first sector, but Kuko's on the way as well. 1.5 tenths up in the first sector. Berman, 2.5 tenths down after the middle sector. And I believe it's just those three. Coldmatic also, a 10th up. And Flavors down to the line right now. He goes 10th fastest, and then the Williams behind him, which was picked, going 15th. Kuko 3 tenths up. Can he steal pole position away from Mihai? There's no one else really on contention anymore. Berman over the line, 7th. Then we've got Coldmatic, currently 12th. And for him, that is P9. Then Kuko goes only marginally faster. He lost it all in the last sector. Too much ERS burned early on, and he stays 4th position. And finally, it's just Gabri left to go over the line. He doesn't improve. He stays on that banker time, but it's enough for pole. Doesn't matter. Pupdog not on the push lap. So that is your grid. It's Gabri on pole position with Daystream alongside him on the front row.
Fun fact. Division 2 was slower than Division 3 yesterday.
Well, and going through the rest of the field actually ended up being rather close, since Gabri and Daystream both didn't improve after the bankers. The rest of the field got to close in a bit. So it's Gabri from Daystream, then Mihai, Kuko, Morbad, the two Dutch people, Rapstar and Berman in 6th and 7th. Sully in 8th, then Coldmatic and Pupdog rounds to the top 10, with Flavors in 11th, then Lux, Apex and Bazooka next to each other in P12 and 13, with Pocho in 14th, followed by Pix, Hella High, Phantom with one and only lap right in the end in 17th, then Scooby in 18th, and finally his teammate AC in 19th and last on the grid. So, strategy-wise, what do you expect? Of course, one stop?
Medium hard.
Yeah, okay.
Medium hard.
Hard, medium, and anything? Softs? Something?
Softs actually could work here, technically, with at least what my tire wear was on the mediums, but as I told Mihai yesterday, that there's no point really going hard, especially with these grids, because there will be a safety car. And yesterday there was a safety car, and we all boxed to hards.
That's a very, very fair point.
So it's kind of like, if you start with hards and there's an early safety car, you have to box the mediums, but then you have to box again. It's like, you're just losing at that point.
Well, right now Mia is on hards, and the rest of the field on mediums. AC is on softs.
Like,
Oh,
if
Mia is
you're
on mediums.
starting, I'll say, if you're anywhere below, let's say, P10, I would consider softs.
Well, AC is
if
on
you're
softs,
above-
I believe. Phantom on hards,
Oh.
everybody else on mediums. I think that wasn't the race director just said.
Oh, here we go. Now we can see on the formation lap. Yep. Phantom Fox with the hards is a that's a. I respect that.
I mean, he's
I don't see
17th.
it.
Gotta try something, you know? He's not gonna win the race doing what everybody else is doing. Most likely.
Well, I wouldn't count that option out. Because when I tell you yesterday was chaos, and I'm expecting it same in here, yesterday was chaos.
He's unlikely to win the race doing what everyone else is doing. Let's say it like that.
Okay, unlikely, I'll accept that one.
So, Gabri lines up on the front row, on the right-hand side, Daystream on the left alongside him with Mihai following in behind. Two Division 3 main contenders each week so far, lining up right behind our reigning Division 2 champion. And as the Alpine set up on the grid, we are ready for race start. The 5 red lights are coming on. And it's lights out, and away we go here in Saudi Arabia, and a great start from Daystream. He immediately pulls alongside Gabri on inside and ahead as Gabri pulls back out to the outside, and Mihai gets chopped off there, and we are going through each other as Morbad has jumped. Oh my god, Mihai is mounting people left, right, and center. He's dropped down to 5th position. Morbad up to 2nd. Daystream with a horrible turn 1 after it looked like he had beaten Gabri to the first corner. And as everybody settles into
Rooster
rhythm
has-
through the S's,
Rooster has damage, a big one, a lot of
yeah,
damage on
that's
that.
4 wide right now. Fucking hell. And there is
I
a yellow
told
flag
you it's
for
gonna-
Lux Apex, who's gone around. Garby gets away from Morbid, who's going up the inside into the long left-hander. Garby trying to hold it around the outside. And the Mercedes with better traction out the corner. Slightly ahead. Garby pulls back ahead as he has a shorter line and maybe a bit more ERS left as well. And he holds position for the moment. But Morbid not letting off. Great start by the Mercedes man, but now under pressure from Daystream, who's coming back at him. Looking for the outside line into that very, very fast left-hander. And he bashed him back out of it. Morbid holds on to second place for the moment. The top 4 fully broken away. Codematic up into 5th place there with a huge train of cars right behind him. That was a chaotic battle for the S's in the midfield. Daystream getting past Morbid now for second place, it looks like. And maybe even Garby having a look around the outside into the final corner.
Yeah, the corner where Daystream backed off, I think he has bad memories from last night, since he went side by side with Mihai there, and he was the one who suffered the consequences, but... Yeah,
Morbid back
I'm
into
happy to
second,
see
and a
that-
hella high with a pit stop on the first lap and a speeding penalty. And look at that in the
That's
background.
unfortunate.
That's Pupdog and Sully side by side as now Mihai pulls alongside on the outside into the S section. Sully backs out of it. Chooses life and lets Mihai back up into 8th place, but a horrible start from Mihai. Codematic is closing in on the leaders who have been fighting a lot on his opening lap. Codematic, the biggest winner of the start phase, 4 places up along with AC. Potro also up 4 places. And of course Morbid with a great start from 5th to 3rd, but there comes Daystream looking back at him up the inside for P2, but can't quite get in there. Rapster also in the pits at the end of lap 1. He's quite far away from the field. Him and Hella High with damage in the first lap. As Mihai goes past Pupdog for 7th, his charge to the field continues.
I think Mihai was fairly confident with his setup yesterday, except that he was maybe slightly too low wings, I would say, for the race.
Well,
Other
swap
than
for the
that,
lead
he
there.
was feeling fast.
Morbid is taking the lead off Garby for the moment, and now Daystream. Can he follow through? As Garby, of course, still doesn't have that overtake mode available to him. He's still stuck on the normal boost. But Garby coming back up the inside of Morbid into the final corner, at least has a look, but decides better off it, backs out, and there comes Daystream to the outside, but that's a horrible line. And he has no traction on the exit. Now Coco with a lot of ERS over Daystream. Can he gonna go at him? No, he's gonna back out of it on. Doesn't want to get involved too much in that battle. He lets those guys ahead do their thing, it looks like. And Morbid at the moment has safely taken the lead, at least for now. Mihai and Sully battling over 8. Mihai stopped back down behind Pupdog and might even drop further, although he was able to hold on against Sully through the first chicane.
Yeah, Mihai did not learn anything from yesterday's race, to be honest. I see him all the time on 0 battery. And I told him yesterday after the race, if he drives here now, just manage the battery, because that's the key in Saudi Arabia. And he is on 0% all the time. So he has learned absolutely nothing from yesterday's race.
I think he's really desperate to get back up the field to where he was, and he's burning battery to try and get past people without thinking about what happens when he's ahead of them with Rio battery, and of course he just gets Rio taken easily. And then here comes Daystream! Oh! Nah, that was never gonna work. Halfway gap on the outside there, and he a little tap into the barrier, hopefully no damage in the McLaren. But now another run for him down towards the final corner. Garby looking to defend though. Holding the inside line, covering it off.
Let's see if I can get his... Oh, this stream is blocking his data, so I can't see it, sadly. But what I can see is that
Oh, Tuco!
Morbid is using a lot of his tires at the moment. A lot of his tires.
2 Ferraris battling, so they're coming out on top for the moment. But Porsche with a little bit better battery, he might come back at him later down the lap. Kuka had a little look up the inside on Daystream to turn 1, backed out of it. That could have ended in tears, I feel like. That was a very ambitious move. But Daystream left him that little bit of space, just enough. Not for Kuko to stay in the gap, but enough for Kuko to get out of it before there's contact. Smart driving from Daystream to both hold the position and keep his car in one piece. Hannah high in the pit lane for the second time already, serving that 10-second penalty now. Pix getting past Bazooka for P12. It's action all throughout the field.
Yeah, I mean, there's this duo again that battling each other that I'm really curious to see how this is gonna end. From yesterday. Oh, was there that? There's
I think
damage
Sully had
on Sully's damage.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh, big damage.
Yeah, he's missing the whole right side of the front wing.
Yeah, I saw him lose 2 places, went on his onboard, he was moving quite slowly. I guess he had a half spin something, maybe going into a wall. Burman looking for P5 against Coldmatic right now. Top 4 have really broken away from the rest of the pack right at this point. As Coldmatic, I think, is not able to hold pace with them. And now Burman has taken that position off, and let's see if he can hunt down that top 4 if they start battling a little bit more maybe. But they seem rather patient. They are all, looking happy to sit behind each other as Coldmatic. Rio takes Burman. Back into 5th place for the V-Card man.
Yeah, Burman is just playing the long game at the moment. If there's no safety cars and he can manage these battery levels, he will be P5. With no hesitation. He's on full battery basically all the time. When everyone around him is halfway or...
Would you not say full batteries? I mean, obviously you don't want to be at 0, but if you're at 100, that's like wasted opportunity. He could be using that battery to try and get away from Coldmatic and then maybe chase after the top 4.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you fail to do it, then that will mean that you burned all of your battery for absolutely nothing, and now you're sitting.
Now, you don't have to burn everything, but burn something. So I mean, I feel like every time I hit 100%, every single bit of recharge I do after that is just wasted, So I might as well use it, because I don't lose anything from that. I only gain lap time, and the recharge I get in the next corner gets me back to 95, Because when if I'm at 100 and I'm braking, I don't go to 130. So I've just wasted 30% EIS.
Yeah, I mean, if you think it like that, like, I think Burman has the pace to escape anyway, but he just needs to be smart with the overtake so they don't get the overtake, like, mode on the next lap. Because if they do, then... Oi, oi.
Yeah,
but I think
overtake EIS is so crucial.
Yeah, exactly.
You recharge so much more, which is the main part. And you also get a little bit more power on the deployment. It does deploy fast as well, though. But you really notice it. I mean, as long as someone is in your 1 second range, it's so hard to get rid of them. But if you get that, you immediately notice like your pace difference, and you will start gaining. I mean, if you get someone out the 1 second, you're much faster. So then you will start gaining 5 tenths, 6 tenths a lap rather quickly. And you will really notice flying away from people behind you. And D-Stream is round!
Oh, D-Stream, no! Not again!
Too early on the battery. He went to all-tech mode while still only just having hit full throttle. I think he's picked up some damage there as well. He went into the wall, rejoined the race in 4th place, and on the front left is the end plate of the wing missing. I don't think it's horrible, but will certainly cost him some lap time. As more about Rio takes Gary for 3rd place, and now that fight for the front positions has turned into a 3-way battle rather than a 4-way fight. And let's see what D-Stream does here. He's going to pit and get that wing changed, or continue on with the damage.
I do have to admit, the D2 drivers, they are boring as hell. Like, in Division 3 there was battles left, right, middle, center, up, down. It didn't matter where you looked. Everyone was switching positions. In here, everyone is driving on the train.
So why am I saying that Gabriel and Morbad swapped positions twice on their way into the S's?
Yeah, and something happened to Kuko. Oh, Kuko is around!
Well, and just like that, the battle for the win has turned into a 2-way fight. Both Kuko and Daystream with mistakes on their own. Daystream into the pit lane going for soft tires, so 2-stop on the cards for Daystream. He will have to make a big comeback drive from here.
I think D-Stream is betting for safety car now, to be honest.
Saving that set of hearts, yeah. If he only has one...
exactly. I felt like balance is here, at least what I feel like is the way to go. the tire wear is not that high.
I feel like on most tracks you want to go balance. And there is a virtual safety car out on track, not sure what for.
I'm trying to watch who's slow. Could it be...
But I just scrolled through everyone, nobody was obviously, you know, slow. But virtual safety car deployed, race neutralized.
It's...
Hella high in the pits for the third time now, and this will put him a lap down, I think. And a wing change for him as well, he might have been the one that caused it if he had to change the wing.
Yeah, and
Gabri's in,
and
Morbat's
Morbat
in.
are coming in.
Kukro,
Yeah,
Berman, Coldmatic,
and now
Pop-Dog
everyone
out.
is... Yeah!
Mihai
Pop-Dog stays
out,
out!
Phantom
Oh,
out,
what the-
Pix out, Sully in, Pocho out, Flavors in. And now we have to wait a bit longer for Lux Apex. Of course, Pop-Dog now takes the lead. Gabri comes out, ahead of Morbat still, the order there remaining unchanged. And the VSC still out on track as Gabri comes out, about 2 seconds behind Pocho. And the VSC is gone, we're back on the green flags. And a 10-second penalty for AC speeding in the pit lane. So he comes out just behind Lux Apex, and look at that, look at the exit! He's gonna fly past him on the run to the S's, and Lux Apex backs out of it. Crucial by Sony to get past that as well, he would have been stuck behind him for the whole section, and that could have cost him a huge amount of time.
Yeah, the question is, I guess Sully's car is still drivable because he didn't fix the wing. So it has to be drivable, the car.
I mean, it adds a lot of understeer, but if you already have an OSU setup, or if you're just kind of fine with understeer anyway, it's not too bad, I think. Because it doesn't lose you crazy amount of lap time, especially because it's so, I mean, when you have that understeer, all it does is make you lift more, which makes you faster on the straight. As Mihai
Also
takes the lead
true.
of Pop-Dog.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Mihai's strategy is because, as I said, his tire wear yesterday was not the greatest. So I could see Mihai going maybe lap 10, maybe 11.
Not sure how it's
I'm
happened,
curious to see.
but Kuko's back. He was just side by side with Morbat for the last corner. He's also just lost a second down the straight because he's been in none mode the whole time. More than 1.5 seconds. But he's back in the fight, it looks like. And Berman is not far off either. We've got a 4-car battle maybe from Coldmatic even. I mean, they are all so close together now. Especially if Gabri now comes up to the back of Pocho and can't get past him quickly. Kuko, Berman, Coldmatic might all take advantage of that and really join this fight for the race win. Kuko's already there.
Kuko is already there, and Berman is not that far away from Kuko. And he has a bit of battery to use, so I would expect maybe Berman to push to get the overtake. At least that's what I would do personally. And he didn't even have to push it, he's already there.
Full course safety car!
and
And it's a 10-second penalty for Scooby-Doo for a severe collision with Rapster, which I think tells the story of how the safety car has been deployed. They are both still in the race, and there's big damage on Scooby-Doo's Alpine, the entire front wing missing. And that safety car will turn the race upside down, and it's really good, I think, for those who didn't pit in the VC. For Pop-Dog, Mihai, Pix and Pocho, Phantom is mudded.
Yeah, to be fair, this was expected. I think Pop-Dog and Mihai, Phantom, even Pix, they knew from yesterday that there is going to be a safety car. So they were just waiting on when that happens.
Well, Phantom into the pit in as well. Of course, all of the medium runners definitely in to go for Aces the Hearts. Now the question is, Gabri, is he going to come out in the lead rather easily? Yeah, he was not that far away from Mihai.
Yeah.
But where do the people who pit under the safety car come out? Top 5 are through?
in the same position. In the same position as they were before.
So it actually
We are
changed
basically on the
absolutely
starting
nothing.
position.
Yeah.
We basically at the starting positions, except Mihai is 4 places down. Like, the order has shifted a bit, but it's like basically the same order, or the same people fighting for the same positions, but just in different places.
Well, the gamble you talked about from Daystream worked out quite well. Going for the soft, making sure he has that heart still available to him. He comes out on a fresh of hearts, which can bring him to the end of the race. In P13 though.
Easily. Yeah, I think this safety car is gonna be out 2 more laps, I would say, at least. So that's gonna be 13 laps of racing. Yeah, it's easily gonna carry it.
Yeah, if you have a look at where Hella High is, it's gonna take a while.
Yeah. I don't think the safety car is gonna wait hella high though.
It waits for 3 laps. After that it goes regardless. But it always waits for 3 laps if you aren't there. So we will definitely go at the end of lap 12 at the latest. And I think we'll have to wait along because Hella High will not catch him before lap 12.
Yeah, hella high is far back, and the fact is that hella high is also on the mediums with 3 stops. Yeah, this is gonna sound horrible, this comment, but he's not gonna be in contention. Like, he's ruined the mediums already. When he catches the train, he has full pushed all the laps again. He won't have any tires left.
He's used 2 mediums and 2 hards, so I don't know. he can't have 2 of both. And I think he went back-to-back hards, so those are the same mediums he had on. His strat is medium, hard, medium. So he must have 2 hards, and that means he only has 1 medium. Meaning that medium that is currently on from the start of the race, it's just not gonna last.
No.
Yeah, he's in big trouble, and even if he pits, he will have a used hard. He's used all his tires apart from the soft, but of course those are not useful. So he's in a very bad spot. Even though the safety car should save him from being lapped, there's not really much of a chance of point with the way he's used his tires. He is ran through most of them already. Well, all of them, all of the useful ones anyway.
I mean, I would still box 2 hards because these mediums are not gonna last. I'm gonna check if I can see hella high's data just. Yeah, his mediums are already 26.
So yeah, he pit for hards at the end of lap 1. He took those hards to lap 6 where he pit to mediums. Wait, no, sorry, he took those hards to lap 3 where he pit for fresh hards. He took those to lap 6 where he pit for mediums. And he's been on those mediums ever since.
Yes.
So he's got 2 hards which have got 2 laps on them, so yeah, definitely pit for those hards.
Yes.
Everybody else, has made their pit stop now. Phantom, is that medium gonna last?
Let's see, Phantom, he has 1% on those. So.
But he pitted in a safety car, of course he has 1%, but when the green flag flies, is that tire gonna go 13 laps?
I mean, Pop Dog has gotten more wear on his hards than Phantom Fox on his mediums.
Yeah, but it's safety car running. It doesn't like maybe Pop Dog is just weaving, you know? Yeah, Pop Dog is weaving right now.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense. But
the only question is if that medium, when the green flag flies, if the tire wear will be fine. It doesn't matter what tire wear he's on right now.
Again, I'm gonna come because this is my best comparison because I haven't done any other research for this track yet because, well, it hasn't been in any league, so I haven't been able to engineer it. But from yesterday, again, if you have my tire wear, he can make these mediums last till the end.
Okay, so it's possible.
Yes. If he has Mihai's tire wear, absolutely not. So it's really dependent on the tire wear, I would say.
Well, both Hella High and AC into the pit lane on this lap. AC with a penalty being served as well, which will drop him back behind Hella High. Hella High up into 18th, thanks to that. And yeah, he's got 2-lap-old hards on the car now, which actually puts him on paper equal to everybody else, but those 2 laps that everybody else has is safety car running, and his 2 laps are green flag running. So he will have more wear than the rest of the field still. But not by a crazy amount, like 5% or something like that. I don't know how much wear do you get on hard per lap? Like 2, 3? There's Potro and Flavors just swap places.
On the hards, well, I think I had around, I would say probably 3.7 or something. But then again, Mihai had something like over 5%. Almost. Depending on
Crazy difference.
So, yes, I don't know what we talked about the setups a bit yesterday, and I don't think Mihai's setup was optimized yesterday, to be honest. I guessed all my stuff, and actually the setup felt really nice, which was very pleasing. I felt very confident with it. That's why I was kind of upset that I'm doing comms today, because I felt like I could have been in a good pace today, but oh well. These things happen.
If you wanted to drive, you could just say and you will drive.
Nah, I'm committed to the comms now.
Fair. Well, safety car has been called in. Gabri's slowing on the back quite a lot here. Safety car's already in the pit lane. And AC has been penalized for a collision with Hella High.
Oh yeah, yesterday conversation.
And AC's out!
Oh, yeah, he retired on track.
Ah, fucking hell.
Is there a minimum speed you need to carry
No.
under, say, like when... Okay, yeah.
Not officially, but just don't take the piss. No, obviously. And Gabri is gone. He's restarted the race as we head down towards turn 1. He's caught Morbad off guard, who's under attack from Kuko behind, but he's not got the EAS turned up. So Berman is going to catch Kuko completely napping down towards turn 1 and take P3 of him. In the background, that's one of the Williamses moving out. That's Pigs going side by side with Phantom down towards turn 1. There is Codmatic and Pupdog side by side out the first corner. Battles all throughout the back of the top end of the top 10. And there's a collision between Kuko and Pupdog, and Kuko's round drops all the way out of top 10. And another collision, that Phantom going around, coming into the S section. Chaos on the restart. And that is Mihai with the nose up the inside of Sully, and just about both cars are coming out of that. Okay, Kuko has recovered the car, and he's in 10th position now. Codmatic battling Pupdog for 4th there as Pupdog drops places with wing damage as Pugs and Codmatic both move through. Sully and Mihai now trying to slip through on Pupdog. That wing damage really affecting him. Pocho caught in behind him, now looking for the outside, and Pupdog lets him go, but I think Pupdog on the turn of doing that has actually brake checked Kuko and given Kuko even more damage. And Kuko swipes him on the straight. That's not on. Flavors now moving up into the top 10. Daystream coming flying in with a huge amount of oil speed, who has to slow down for the corner and recharge at EAS, and that is Sully moving really slowly.
Sully has no front wing left.
Oh my god, that's how there's so many people with front wing damage on this open lap. We're about to see quite a few pit stops, I believe. And there comes Daystream flying up the inside of Flavors. Sully's still there on the outside with no front wing. What the hell? He's just passed both them on the outside with no wing. What?
Sully
and
is
he's staying out
without the wing.
Oh, well, he's got some wing left, not much, but it's still there. And now 3 wide down towards turn 1. Rapstar, Daystream and Flavors. And Daystream really late in the brakes, almost collecting Sully. But just about gets a stop. And there's Lux Apex now trying to hold it around the outside. Where's he come from? As he moves past Flavors into P12. What a restart that was. And once again, we've got a huge gap from Codmatic to the rest of the field. Codmatic is always in that perfect position to get himself up the field, but he's just lacking the pace there with the top guys. Kuko rejoined the track at the end of the S section, and Sully is going to take that opportunity and say thank you very much. That is my position, P8 for him. And there's 2x2 now with the Aston Martin of Rapstar, the McLaren of Daystream, the Red Bull of Kuko, and the Ferrari of Sully. And Lux Apex involved now. What a battle this is.
I have many questions, and the first one is, how is Sully making moves when he has probably 50% wing damage?
Incredible stuff, and Rapstar still on the hunt for more positions there as he moves past Sully up into 9th. His next target Kuko, but he's got completely no battery left there, and it's going to really cost him as Lux Apex moves past Flavors on the inside, and there is a swap for the lead. We've completely neglected the leaders, Morbad and Gary, followed by Berman. They have been rather quiet, but the midfield has been absolutely electric on this restart as Daystream gets past Sully. There's Lux Apex and Hella High side by side into the final corner. The Cadillac outbreaks the Williams. The Williams looking for a switchback as there's also now Mihai and Pigs battling for P5 down towards turn 1. Mihai with much more EAS. And Rapstar going up the inside of Kuko in the first corner. No EAS. There's a huge crash in the background. That's Lux Apex going spinning around, losing his front wing. It's another full core safety car deployed. Thank fuck, I need a break.
And this is why I enjoy being in the commentator's box and for this race.
You said nothing, you were just...
You did not leave me many margins to speak there, my
No,
guy.
I wasn't blaming you. Just,
But yeah, a little bit of a damage check for the guys. So example, Sully, he has 26% damage.
let's make
on the
this
left
faster. Who
side.
doesn't have damage?
Um,
Oh, Scooby!
hold on.
Drive through.
Gabri doesn't have damage. Morbat doesn't have damage. How about Kuko? Kuko has 60% on the right side. Burman has no damage. Mihai has no damage. Then I can check Roopster. Where is Roopster? Roopster has 6% damage, so nothing that will really affect him.
He probably doesn't even know he has damage if it's 6%.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think that even pops up that low amount of damage. Now, interestingly, this really turns the strategy back around. Because do you pit now? You lose a lot of track position, but you get a much better tire for the rest of this race. Morbat and Gabri don't want to, neither does Berman. Let's see if any of the chasing pack wants to. Coldmatic? Yes. Mihai? Yes. Pix? No. Pocho? No. Kuko? Yes. Rapstar? No. Daystream? Yes. Sonny? Yes. Flavors? No. Hella High? No. Bazooka? Yes. Scooby? Yes. Phantom? Yes. Lux Apex? Yes. Pupdog? We'll have to wait.
Popdog will pit, he has damage.
Oh yeah, true. I mean, he might as well pit because he's last regardless. He won't jump anyone, so he might as well pit.
Yeah. But the fun part is that the four front runners, let's say top 3 example, they only have maximum 21% tire wear.
Yeah, because
it's not that bad.
Most of those laps have been under safety car. And of course, like I said, the tire wear is not that big of a factor because you're not running anywhere near the limit, especially for the front tires. I think on the rears with the traction, that can be much more of a factor as well. Also, when you're side by side with people, that becomes really important, getting the good exit out of the final corner and turns 1 and 2. But other than that, I don't think tire wear is too important, really.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is most likely going to be setup related. But me and Mihai had completely different tires on the highest tire wear also. So Mihai had the right front and I had the right rear. So, yeah, I think the setup does a lot on this track, to be honest, regarding of tire wear and all that kind of stuff.
In my experience, usually when the front tires are worse, you're just pushing a bit too much. Because you're coming into the corners faster and you're scrubbing speed by turning. And that puts a lot of load on the fronts. And the rears, I mean, you can manage the rears, like, of course, going further front in the brake bias, being more careful on the throttle on the brakes. But you're gonna have just wear on the rears you can't really do much about, just from the stress put on it by mainly exiting corners. So usually the rears will be higher on the wear and you can't do much about that.
Also true, but with all the differences between what we had yesterday, I think loads of that is coming from the setup actually. Because we had basically complete opposites of the setups. So maybe he has improved the setup a bit today and those mediums actually can carry him to the end here. At least I hope so.
To me, surely. I mean, it's gonna be, what's like 7 laps of racing, I reckon we'll go in the end of this lap. That should not be a problem to bring those mediums to the end. It's gonna be a very interesting finale to this race. I mean, the top 8 running on all the tires, and then everybody from 9th downwards on the fresh tires. Coldmatic on the hards, so are Scooby and Sunny, everybody else on the mediums. So can they reach those top 3 that were fighting for the win earlier? Morbat, Gabri and Berman?
I mean, they are the front runners will have fun just driving in the train. Meanwhile, if you think about the first medium runner is gonna be Mihai actually. So can Mihai actually take the advantage on these mediums and start going through the field and challenge maybe for the podium? I don't know yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I
tough.
hope so, but
we saw how chaotic the midfield was. So just keep your nose clean, I think, mainly is important. But come out of that position alive, see where you end up, and then, you know, what you can do after, as Morbert and Gabi both just drove into walls. If they have damage from that,
I can check.
completely
Because-
on their own.
Because last time I checked, neither of them had damage. Oh, Gabri has none.
Lucky man, he did it much harder than Morbert did as well. And Morbert is gone, out the last corner, and Gabri not particularly close to him. It looks like the top two are gonna stay the same. Rapstar with a good restart, but not close enough to Pocho. Gabino coming close to Morbert. And there we go, in the background, the midfield, once again, Hella High and Flavor, side by side, into the first corner. That is Decent looking for a move on Mihai. Oh, there's a collision, that's Hella High with a half spin, and he takes Cotmatic with him into the wall. And there comes Mihai, through his teammate up into 8th. And Kuko and Hella High with a collision into the S's, and they are both off and both rejoin the race at the back of the pack. It's a virtual safety car, back out on track. We made it 3 corners.
I love watching Saudi Arabia race. I can't lie.
Drive-through penalty for Lux Apex. Both him and Scooby now on a drive-through. So there's not much of a chance of points for either of those guys.
Yeah, by the way, Mihai picked up the damage when the cars were flying. From
I was going to say, that went rather well for Mihai, getting past the people who were crashing. But yeah, the front end plate on the car is gone. So Daystream actually probably the best positioned of those who pit under the safety car. Not probably, definitely.
Yeah, I can't see D-Stream's data, so can't really commentate on that.
Yeah,
sadly.
but I mean, I have eyes in my head, I can see the front wing is there, so if he has damage, it's small.
Also true.
VSC still out on track, should be coming in. There we go. Perfect timing. The top 3 have already broken the range to picks. And another yellow flag. It took 2 seconds in Sully's round. What the fuck? Poncho and Pig side by side through the last corner, and Sully is out. Retiring on track. I think the car's still moving, so he can retire himself. Pocho with the run on Pix, it looks like, but not forcing the issue. He's happy to stay behind in 5th for now. And that is a battle forming between Copmatic and Pupdog, as Copmatic has a bit of wing damage. And Pupdog looking to get past the Vicatman. He also has wing damage though, which is going to make it hard for him. So this VSC restart going a lot calmer than the last one. Kuku has got big damage on the front wing, but still continuing on. Hella High... Lux Apex is serving his drive-through. Hella High right behind Scooby-Doo, who has not served the drive-through yet, which I think is a lost opportunity, because you want to serve that drive-through as soon as you can, in case it's not a safety car.
There's contact between Roofster and Pocho. This duo is gonna end up into the wall. I'm telling you. Before this race ends, either Pocho or Roofster is in the wall.
And there comes Mihai around the outside to the inside for the second part of that quick chicane against Flavors. Flavors with a better exit. Moves back ahead into 7th, but Mihai not giving up on that, looking for a move. Surely not into here. Surely not. Yeah, he backs out of it.
Mihai, I was just about to say, Mihai, you experienced this yesterday. He's smart now. But
yeah, but he's burned too much with EAS, and there comes D-Stream. Takes advantage of that, goes past Mihai, and he might go past the VK as well. Mihai sending it back up the inside. Big send. But he can't really get the exit after that.
I think there's some kind of beef between these two drivers, I can't lie, with D-Stream and Mihai. I don't know what's going on with it.
Well, whatever beef they have, D-Stream's got... Oh, Mihai! Big send on Flavors, he gets it stopped just about. That's a questionable move. But there was no contact, so something. Rapstar with a 3-second time penalty for track limits. For cutting 1 corner, so he was a big cut at turn 1 and 2, I'd imagine. He rejoined the track ahead of Pix. So that might be going down to the stewards for penalty removal if he feels he was wronged there. Hella High also getting a penalty for track limits for multiple warnings though.
I think Roopster was ahead of Pix already, so I don't know. It all gets so confusing so fast.
Well, Daystream on the move now, up into 7th, and looking at the back of the Ferrari of Pocho. With Mihai following him behind, but he's got no battery. Just the Cadillac man. Penalty to Roughstar, the second one now, up to 6 seconds. The top 3 still out on their own. Morbat followed by Berman and then Gabri. And it's a yellow flag for... fuck knows. Scooby and Lux were in there, but they were both moving at normal pace, so... And there comes Gabri up the inside into the last corner on the Aston Martin. Gets a hit on the braking and gets the move done, but the EAS advantage very much in favor of Berman. So he marked down, we all take him down towards turn 1. Yep, and Gabri can do nothing about that.
Yeah, I mean, this is why I enjoy this game, because if you use battery before your opponent, you will always lose it.
Well, collision between Pix and Roughstar at turn 1, sorry. Roughstar on the inside, on the apex as Pix turns in, gets pinched and goes into a half spin, drops to 7th behind Pocho and Daystream.
And there's...
another one. For reasons. Fuck knows why that came out just now. There's nothing happened. There wasn't even a yellow.
All I saw was Mihai was off track and that there was a virtual safety car.
Oh, was it Mihai? Yeah, stop back behind Flavor, so it could be. Oh, yeah, the front wing on Mihai's car is
oh yeah, that's completely gone.
yeah, has left the chat. It's not in attendance. And that's going to be Mihai firmly out the point as well. He's going to have to get that fixed, and that will drop him, yeah, between Hella and Scooby-Doo in P16.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame Mihai if he retires after this, because with no wing, he has to either
Phantom Fox with a drive-through penalty. That's unbelievable.
Well, Pop Dog is making some moves here.
Yeah, 2 cars off the restart, and there's a yellow flag as there's a car spun around here, and that is Mihai, adding further insult to injury. And Daystream up into 5th already, but the top 3 are 4 seconds away as Pocho has moved up to 4th. Daystream with a half spin off the front of Roughstar, and now Roughstar gets spun around as he makes contact with Pix, and he's driving into the pit.
No.
Yeah, straight line the wall. Okay, that's Roughstar out of the Grand Prix.
I mean, we can't have any more safety cars. We are maxed out.
Yeah, that was the last one that we see. We've hit 5.
Yeah, so I guess that's a good sign, but yeah, that's still not acceptable behavior in my eyes to crash out like that. Like, even if there can't be a safety car, it's still.
Yeah, you especially, we're already driving to pit and you can't just go retire from the session if you can't be asked anymore. You don't have to straight down the wall. And there is a crash in the S's, I believe Flavors, because the car is not turning at all. I imagine front wing is gone, but I'm not getting a camera angle of it. Still no camera angle of it. I'm still on board. Thank you, FAA. Or FOM, sorry. Not the FAA, they're not in charge of it. Thank you. No front wing, as I thought. Daystream with the move on Pocho into 4th place. 5 seconds back from the top 3 though, so that's going to be the highest possible for Daystream here. Had a great restart. But now he only has to look behind, try and get Pocho out that 1 second range if we can. 3-second time penalty to Code Matic. Let's shift our attention to leaders as Gabri is having a little look on Berman. Once again, Berman with more EAS though, and Gabri running out halfway down the straight, and now Berman pulls back ahead. Berman with by far the best EAS management, I would say, in this race. He's been, yeah, that's been the deciding factor on how he's been able to hold position so easily. Every time Gabri comes from the attack, Berman just, you know, gets right back past him. Because Gabri runs out of EAS way before Berman does. The question is, can Berman turn that advantage into an attack on Morbat? And can he do that without then being vulnerable to Gabri? Because Gabri probably looks faster on pace. So if Berman loses that EAS advantage, he could be in trouble.
Yeah, but Berman has been very smart with his ERS so far, so I don't think it should be a problem for him, to be honest, but who knows? Let's see.
I've got to bring
Rest is still
incitement into this, so
couple laps.
I have to say it might be a problem, you know, so that people think, you know, maybe Gary can win this still. Gotta build some hype. I don't
Yeah,
know, it's
true,
maybe more
Gabrick
than Bowman just
can-
crash now.
I mean, we have witnessed so many chaos things happening this race, so like anything can happen. It's not like Berman is gonna win this now. It's any of these three guys can win, and even they can collide, and it's these three all of a sudden who wins the race. Who knows?
Well, yeah, 2 laps to go. Berman about 7/10 back from Morbius, looking quick. He's got this under control right now, I'd say. The question is that Berman lulling him into a false sense of security? Or is Morbius just that much faster? Codematic getting past Papdog for 7th there. Those two have been swapping places a few times over the course of the last lap or two. Bazooka looking to get involved 3 wide down towards turn 1. The Haas man backs out of it though, as the other two get locked up between each other. And Bazooka says thank you very much, a free position. But he actually gives it back to Papdog, it looks like.
I think he got a illegal overtake.
Was
for
Bazooka off
some
track as well?
reason.
Oh, that was weird.
No, he wasn't. I don't know what happened. Maybe
'Cause-
he just wants Popdog and Codematic to crash.
But they have penalties. He already has them beat. If he gets past them, he could just drive off into the distance and, you know, be done with it. Oh,
Yeah,
hella
maybe-
high with a
or
big
may-
send on Kuko up the inside into that long left-hander, and he gets up into the top 10 there, and then spins
Oh!
and takes Kuko with him. Fucking hell. And Kuko's out.
Yeah,
And I can't
can
believe
tell
this.
you-
Phantom Fox
I
has
can-
somehow frauded a point in this Grand Prix.
I can tell you, you're gonna be a very happy person to see the Division 2 chat after the race.
Oh, I've not looked at my phone. Morbat has gotten Berman out the 1 second range, coming onto the last lap. Morbat, yeah, Berman not even with the blue ERS, very vulnerable onto Gabi, and Morbat looks like he's got that race win wrapped up. 3-second time penalty now to Berman, and that is gonna be Gabri firmly in P2. He doesn't even need to make the move now. Dave Stream is going to try everything he can to gain that time on the last lap, but it's going to be a tough ask. I mean, 2 seconds he has to gain on Berman this lap. Unless Gabri goes for a move somewhere to go outside the whole lap, really. Dave Stream's going to have a tough time getting that much time, even with the tire advantage of those mediums. They are probably a bit worn out by now. But so are those 17-lap-old hards. And Berman trying to get back into the 1 second range from Morbat, but of course he won't get the overtake mode at all. Well, on the run to the line on the last straight of the race. Papdog with a run on Bazooka here. Moving up into 8th. Bazooka has got nothing to put up against that. Oh, well, he had it. He just didn't want to use it. He's saving it for the end of the race. Yellow flag for Hella High once more. And there's Gabri going past Berman into the left-hander before this last straight. Berman tapping the wall. They are both out of battery. I think Gabri's got that P2 secured on track as Morbat heads into the final corner and takes the race win here in Saudi Arabia. A impressive performance from Morbat. He's been controlling this Grand Prix ever since that safety car restart. He kept Berman and Gabri at bay. He got them outside 1 second range, and there he goes over the line. Morbat is your race winner here in Saudi Arabia, followed by Gabri, then Berman, then these two with a great comeback, followed by Pocho up in P5, then Pix coming over the line with Bazooka in 7th, ahead of Codematic and Papdog, who are still battling down to the line there. Codematic with a great run, actually is going to get Bazooka on track, it looks like. Just about, but the penalty will drop him behind regardless. Bazooka 7th, Codematic 8th, Papdog 9th. Then Phantom, despite a drive-through penalty, gets himself one singular point for Audi. And now we're waiting for Hella High, Scooby-Doo, Lux Apex, and Flavors, who will just park this car on the wall again for good measure. There comes Hella High.
Morbid literally drive the race, basically. Basically to perfection.
Yeah, I don't think I've mentioned his name really before lap 24, which in a race this chaotic is a great sign. He basically just kept his nose completely clean, got not involved in any of the drama, any of the incidents, and that is what secured him the win. Of course, next to also just having really great pace to be able to I mean, it's not like he was in the middle of it and just someone said, "Oh," he was just ahead of all the chaos. The entire time, Morbat was in that fight for the lead, and the same goes for Gabri and Berman. Yeah, they kept control of this race by just staying out of all that midfield nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, if you kept your nose clean, you just get free positions because everyone else is being dumb. So, no, normally there's 5 cards of these, but yeah, there's only 4 now. That is definitely something.
Well, here we have your podium. Morbat serving for Mercedes in place of Joe, of course. So, well, Joe, who's already won a race this season, very adequately replaced by Reserve, who also wins for Mercedes, bringing them 25 points, crucial for the Constructors' Championship. And then Gabri and Berman. Daystream confirming his great pace from yesterday, but once again, not on the podium. At least this time he finished in the points, got himself 12 points and 1 bonus point for the fast lap. So you can be quite happy with that, I think, especially after the struggles he's had throughout this race. Pocho with a great result, up in P5. Pix as well in P6 will be happy. I think Bazooka also in 7th. I think really the whole top 10 can be quite happy. Bar maybe Pupdog, I think, could have probably done more if he had a cleaner race. Phantom, of course, will be annoyed with that drive-through, but he'll be happy to still score a point. Yeah, great race. Very enjoyable.
It was hilarious, as I was expecting. I can't lie. Like I told to the drivers already, that this was absolutely hilarious. And I'm so happy to be witnessing this in the commentating box. It was all so fun once again after witnessing yesterday's chaos.
Yeah, so I think have you got anything left to say after that race? I think, and I just want to sort of head out now, calm down from that Grand Prix. Hello?
Hello?
Okay.
Sorry, I was reading what Flavors sent. There's a lot of stuff that let's say you stewards will be struggling with sleep at some night.
Yeah, not my problem anymore.
with all
I
this.
made David Stewart head steward in place of me, so I'm all out of that. Yeah, well, we've got a 2-week break now. Well, 1 week of no racing. We're back in 2 weeks from now. 2 days, 2 weeks from now, for the Spanish Grand Prix at Madrid. Round 5 of the season, of course, with the updated track after the curb change at that chicane, where there was a huge cutting opportunity before, which is going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Of course, we had the social race at Madrid on the old layout. I mean, the layout hasn't changed, but you know what I mean. The old chicane with the huge cut available to you. Yeah, very much looking forward to that. One more race before the break week, of course, in Division 1 this Saturday. And yeah, hoping I can go 4 for 4.
Yeah, I mean, I wish you good luck on the Division 1 race, but I am not excited for next week's race. Thankfully, I don't think I'm driving Division 3, so I'll only be commentating, so I might need to watch the VOD back for Division 3 to get a bit of idea what we're heading into, but I'm expecting next week just to be chaos.
I mean, next week is nothing. There's no race next week.
2 weeks.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, 2 weeks then.
Alright, so, I think with that, we said all we have to say, right?
Yes.
Right. Thank you, lads, for watching. I hope you enjoyed that race as much as we did. I'm going to speak for both of us here. I think you also enjoyed that quite a lot. That was absolutely amazing, especially the second half. Yeah, a solid first 4 races of Division 2. And you'll hear from me again in 2 weeks from now for the Madrid Grand Prix. Have a good night.
Have a good night.